know, we have a groundhog named Chuck, and he said he was going to be here at this time for you guys, but I don't see him yet. So how about this? Maybe we can roust him out of his hole by calling out for him. Let's call out, Chuck, are you there? Okay, let's all say it together. Chuck, are you there? All right, Chuck must be really far down in his hole and he can't hear us. So let's give it one more chance. Call out real loud, Chuck, are you there?
Chuck, are you there?
Howdy there, yo, how are you doing?
Are you doing well, kids? You ask how you're doing.
Good.
Well, Chuck, what took you so long? We've been calling for you a couple times now.
Well, you see, Pastor Dennis, I've been having a little Bible study with my friend. You know, study.
Well, that sounds great, Chuck. And actually, we're having vacation Bible school this afternoon, so that's quite a coincidence.
Is that the day? Good coincidence. I'm having Bible study and you're having Bible school. We'll have fun. I hope your Bible school is going better than a Bible study, though.
Well, Chuck, it sounds like your Bible study isn't going very well. That's too bad. What's the problem?
I'm not really sure, Pastor Dennis. I really don't want to bother you with my problems, though.
That's okay, Chuck. We're going to understand. Is it something that in the Bible study that you don't quite understand?
Yeah, well, here goes. We're talking about this here Jesus. Remember I was talking about him a while back? Anyways, it seems though you have to believe in him to go to heaven. Well, the problem is, I don't know what it means to believe in Jesus. Of course I believe Jesus lived. I believe a lot of famous people lived. Like, what's that guy on the radio, Ed Sheeran? Yeah, he's alive. And Elvis. I love that song. You ain't nothing but a groundhog. I know Elvis lived. And what about what's his name? The first president. What's his name?
Kids, can you help out, Chuck? Who was the first president?
George Washington.
Yeah, that's it. You kids are smart. I tell you, you're smart. Well, anyhow, Jesus isn't on any of our money like George Washington. The first president. What's so important about Jesus? Why ain't he on no money or someplace famous?
Well, let's start with this, Chuck. Now, okay, you're asking who is Jesus? Well, Jesus is both God and man. But maybe it's a little easier to understand if I tell you a little story.
Ooh, I love stories. You kids like stories?
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear a story. Come on, Pastor. What's the story?
All right, here's the story. One winter evening, when there's a lot of snow on the ground, a man was looking out his back door, and he saw a little baby bird hopping around in the cold snow. It was looking for food, so the man got a handful of bird seed, and he tossed it out for the bird. But do you know what happened?
Ricky ate the seed.
No. The little bird was scared of this big, tall man, so it hopped away. But it couldn't get far because the snowbank was too high. So the man tried throwing out some more seed, but because it was getting dark, it was clear that the bird didn't see the seed this time. Now, the man was concerned about this because if the little bird didn't eat, it was surely going to die in the cold. And walking towards the bird didn't help out anything because that just scared the bird even more. And it hopped in the other direction.
Well, that's terrible, Pastor. That's just terrible.
I know, Chuck, it was terrible. Now, this is the lesson, though. The man thought to himself, this little helpless bird is so scared of me because he thinks I'm big and scary. But all I want to do is help him. If I could only become like a little bird, then I could fly down to it and speak to it in a bird language, and then he wouldn't be scared of me, and then he'd know what I want to do is to help him.
That's it. That's it, Pastor Dennis. I mean, what happened to the bird? I don't understand.
Well, Chuck, see, what happened to the bird isn't what's important. This is what we call a parable. A parable is a story that we use to explain a point. Now, there are a lot of parables in the Bible. Now, kids, can any of you explain to Chuck how the guy in the story with the little bird is like God? Do any of you understand that? Talk.
People, I'm going to say when God talked to Moses, he was terrified.
He was, yes.
So God, and other people he talked to were terrified because of it. So he had Jesus to go down and speak to those people.
And how's that like the story of the man and the bird?
The man would have been God, right? And he wishes he could have been a bird so he could have helped them easier.
That is exactly it. You see, that man, as Tucker said, is just like God, and the bird is like us. See, people are scared of God in his natural form. So in order to save us, God had to become a person, be like us, so that in that same way, the man wished he could be like the bird to communicate to it and get down on its level and to show it the way to life, which is eating the seed.
So, Pastor Dennis, you're saying that God only wants best for us. So he became a person just like us so we could live. God must really love us to do that.
That's exactly right, Chuck. You know, Chuck, these kids here, they're really smart, but you're pretty smart too, you know that? You see, God sent Jesus to earth so that he could become one of us and die for us. If we believe that Jesus is who he says he is, which is God in the form of a man, then we can live with him forever. It is really the most important decision that any of us will ever make.
Meow, meow. Chuck, where are you? Here comes somebody else. I guess he was going back to Bible study.
Oh, well, sure, Chuck, go ahead. It's important to go and study the Bible. And so I think you better go. But kids, let's say goodbye to Chuck.
Bye.
Bye, insurance. I reckon you'll have a great time at Bible school. Bye, Pastor Dennis.
All right, bye, Chuck.
Chuck, meow, meow, where are you, Chuck?
Melody, is that? Oh, there you are.
Am I here with meow, meow, meow?
No, not at all.
Meow, is Chuck here, meow?
I'm sorry, but he just heard you calling and he just left to go back to Bible study. You must have passed him on the way.
Yeah, meow. I was looking for him, and, well, we didn't want to go on without him in Bible study. You know, Pastor Dennis, because you and me, between you and me, I don't think Chuck was understanding much about Jesus, meow, meow. Sometimes it's hard to understand when you're new at this, like Chuck is, meow.
Well, you know what, Melody? We're having our vacation Bible school today, and there may be some children here who are just like Chuck, and maybe they don't feel very confident about the Bible either, like Chuck doesn't feel confident.
Meow, I see what you mean, Pastor Dennis. Chuck was confused about what it means to accept Jesus into your life as a Savior. So how can I explain it to him when I get back to Bible study, meow?
Well, you know what, Melody? The important thing is to keep it simple because it really is simple. For instance, in the book of Romans, when we open up the Bible, it says if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and if you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. You see, it all starts with telling people what you believe and actually believing it.
Yeah, that makes sense, Manuel. Is there anything else, Pastor Dennis?
Well, it's also about changing your life and changing the way you live. You see, changing the way that you think about things. If we go back to the book of Romans again that I mentioned, it says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. It means that once you let Jesus into your heart, he takes over, and then you start thinking about things differently.
Yeah, how so, Pastor Dennis?
Well, here's an example. Maybe you used to join in with your friends at school and pick on or make fun of the new kid in school. Once Jesus is in your heart, then you should think better of your actions. Do this. Just ask yourself a question. Is this thing that I want to do something that Jesus would do? If not, then I think you'd better think twice about doing it.
Yeah, I think I get it, Pastor Dennis, but how do I know what Jesus would do? I can't call him on the phone and ask him, you know?
That is very true. Now, but there's one thing you can always do, and it starts with reading the Bible.
So do you mean that everything we'll come across in life is in the Bible?
Not necessarily, but there is enough in there to always guide us, so we can always make the right decision. And it's like this. You aren't going to find anything in the Bible about what websites to visit, what TV programs you should watch, or what kind of music to listen to. Because back in the days of Jesus, they didn't have the internet, they didn't have television, and they didn't have pop music. But what you will find are concepts in there that you can apply to music, books, computers, friends, everything. Does that make sense, Melody?
Yeah, I think it does, Meow. Does it make sense to you kids?
Yeah.
Good. It's like this. If everyone else is picking on a kid, Meow, because he wears glasses, Meow, I can remember that in the Bible it says that God is love. And since picking on someone isn't loving to you, I shouldn't do it, huh, Pastor Dennis? You know, it's been good talking to you, but now I gotta get back to Bible study. I'm excited to help Chuck now the way you showed me. I think he'll get it now, Meow.
Well, that sounds great, and don't let us keep you here any longer because Bible study is very important.
It sure is, Meow. It's been nice meeting you kids. Have a great vacation, Bible school. Bye-bye. Bye.